Toastmasters and very, very welcome guests. Welcome to our first Youth Leadership Coaching session. Hey. Excellent reaction in the room, splendid, good start. I'd like to say welcome guests because we do have some folks with us who are not involved in Toastmasters yet, but they are interested in our Youth Leadership Programme, so we've invited them to this session. First of all, I'd like to thank MLP speakers for providing the venue for tonight's meeting, and particularly their Sergeant-at-Arms, Francesca Coronin, who has been my liaison in the whole setting up of the meeting tonight. She's done an excellent job. Let's give her a round of applause. A little bit of housekeeping. Could I ask you please to turn your mobile phones off or onto silent mode while we do the briefing tonight? That would be really helpful. And let me give you the aims of this session. Now, first of all, the aim is to equip you with information. The information and tips you need to be able to participate in a Toastmasters Youth Leadership Programme. Also, I wanted to give you the chance to hear from some of the folks who've been coordinating these programmes already and to benefit from their experience. And then to answer your immediate questions about the YLP, the Youth Leadership Programme. We have an agenda tonight. You have it on your seat, which will help you to follow through the meeting. And first of all, I'd just like to say, why did we decide to do a district initiative on the Youth Leadership Programme? Well, about a year ago, you may remember we had riots in London. And at that time, the London Division B Council discussed what we could do to take public speaking skills and leadership skills into our schools to give young people a chance of better communication and resolving issues and problems. We decided to start off a London initiative, and this got underway. Some very brave people decided to lead the very first youth leadership programmes. Let me just tell you, this material that we use, the Toastmasters Youth Leadership Programme, has existed since the 1960s, but hardly anybody in the UK was using it at all, and that seemed a missed opportunity to us as Toastmasters. So we decided that we would have an initiative. We were also aware that our Toastmaster friends over in Ireland, the other part of District 71, had been quite involved in promoting this programme, so we were keen to benefit from their experiences too. In terms of the young people, what they gain from this programme, as I say, is skilled communication, leadership skills. The skills that make the difference when they go for a job interview, for instance, or a college interview. The skill in communication that brings you to the top of the pile. Lots of people have very good exam results, but what about that interview that often seems to be the crux of the issue to you getting your college place or not, or receiving that job or not? So this is one of the main aspects for the young people. Also, I must say that we do have reports of communication being better in school and in the home. I know so because parents have spoken to me and said that young people who participate in our programme are much better at communicating in the home and that things are much smoother once they've been through our programme. For our Toastmasters, this is a really keen leadership opportunity. Now, if you think back, just about a year ago, we were rebranded Toastmasters International, where leaders are made. Here is a leadership programme. We're going to encourage young people to develop public speaking skills through leadership opportunities. Tonight, I'm going to explain to you the meat of the programme. These are details that often you wouldn't receive until you'd actually purchased the manuals that go with this programme, but I want to give you a little bit of insight into what we do in our sessions. You'll also have the opportunity to hear and learn from the experiences of those who have coordinated the programmes. And let me tell you, our coordinators are mad keen on the Youth Leadership Programme. Some of them are already coordinating it for the second time around. So this has been quite a success. In terms of setting up a Youth Leadership Programme, there will be notes provided on the D71 website. Also, some of you will have received those via your division governors. I have produced a setting up notes series, and I've also produced an action plan for District 71 Youth Leadership. They will be available with this film, which is being made tonight, and you'll be able to download them, as you will all the handouts of the session. Setting up then. To set up a youth leadership programme, you need a coordinator, someone who is willing to volunteer to be available for 8 sessions, plus a party, and to lead the young people through the programme. that person has to be a member of Toastmasters International, and it's normal for them to be appointed by their club. The club then becomes a sponsoring club of a programme, and they provide lots of assistance and help. For instance, they will provide assistance for the sessions. They will also help with the purchase of the youth leadership materials. Youth leadership materials consist of participants' handbooks. You also have coordinator's guide. You have evaluation forms. And you have rather wonderful certificates. I happen to have one here, which I've set aside for you, which are presented when the young people graduate from our programme. These materials can be purchased from toastmasters.org in the shop, and quite often it's the club that will purchase the materials as the sponsoring club. Other options exist. Maybe the coordinator will purchase some material, the club will purchase the rest. All sorts of combinations are possible, but we need to equip ourselves with material to be able to run the programme. We also need to find a school or a youth club where we can run our programme. Many of our programmes have started because a parent has come to us, a member of our Toastmasters Club, and said, I would like this programme for my daughter's school. I would like this programme for my son's school. And we have taken the opportunity and provided the staff for that programme. But equally, it's possible for a club to contact a school which is in the vicinity of their meeting, or possibly within the vicinity of the coordinator's home, because the coordinator is going to go there 9 times, and to make contact with the school and discuss the possibility of running a youth leadership programme with them. The best way to make contact with a school or club is really by letter to the head, or possibly a call. I would advise you against email contact. Schools receive lots and lots of emails. There's lots and lots of marketing that's thrown at them left, right and centre. It's much better to contact the head via letter or by a phone call to arrange an appointment to discuss the programme. Please do stress when you contact that we are a non-profit making organisation. Our programme is delivered free of charge. That is an essential. As I say, schools receive a great deal of marketing, and we don't want to be mixed in with that. We are offering a free programme from a non-profit making organisation. You will need to discuss with the head. First of all, you explain a little about what the programme consists of. It's good if you bring your own experience to this. Why did you join Toastmasters International? What's it given to you as a speaker and a leader? Speak from your own experience. Explain briefly the outline of the programme. You will need to point out that a qualified teacher should be at every single session. Now, this is a key point. I know that many of the people who lead our programmes have not yet done the CRB, police check. This is quite a normal situation. A lot of our folks come from a corporate background. They're not used to working with young people. It's perfectly valid for you to go and work in the school modelling these speaking and leadership techniques, providing you are under the guidance of a qualified teacher at all times. And the good thing about a qualified teacher being there is that you are not responsible for situations of order and discipline. A conducive education and working environment should be provided for you to walk in and present the programme. Key issue. I am delighted, however, to say that some of our Toastmasters are undergoing the CRB check because they're already in their second programmes and they're getting requests to work with young people in other contexts, so that's a good thing. So we've discussed the need for a teacher in the classroom. Number of people in a youth leadership programme group. Well, the manual tells us you can take up to 25 people. 25 young people. I regard that as a big, big group. You have 8 sessions, and within those 8 sessions, what you want to do is to see that each young person has the opportunity to deliver 2 prepared speeches. If you take on 25, that's going to mean very, very long sessions. I can see the coordinators that have already led the programme here going, no. So I would suggest that you stuck to around 15, 16 young people. I think that's a very manageable number where you can really devote your time to the young people on your programme. You will need to discuss with the head teacher, if they want the programme, the possible dates and times. This will be influenced by your amount of time and your freedom of time. Can I say that we have been very fortunate in that schools have given us curriculum time to run these programmes, so do dare to suggest it. There are things such as enrichment lessons, which are very useful and can be used perhaps for these kind of programs. Otherwise, it's going to need to be extracurricular, and hopefully there will be a teacher who will be willing to come into school out of school hours to accompany through the project. Can I underline, the school chooses the young people participants. That is part of their remit. They know the young people who are in their care for the best. They know who could benefit from this programme the most. So we let the school choose the young people and provide the list for us. Before I go into the elements of planning your first session and actually walk you through the programme tonight, what I would like to do is to give you the chance to listen to two people who are involved in the programme right now. So I'm going to introduce you to Sue Kennedy and to Glenn Savage, and they're just going to come and share in 2 minutes their experience of Youth Leadership Programme with you. Thank you.